Hi, darlings. My name is Maya. Welcome to my world. Welcome back to another episode or another video. I'm so excited to see you. If you're new here, you're welcome to this family. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for everything we do for me. I really do appreciate it. Wherever you are watching this video from, means you're about to apply for your F1 student visa. And it's stressful. I'm not gonna lie, it's stressful. But Maya is here. We will get through it together. Okay, so we already know what type of visa we are going for. That's the F1 student visa. So now you should be getting ready to fill out your DS-160. It's stressful, believe me. It's very stressful. You have to upload a lot of documents, talk about yourself, and a whole lot. So it's very stressful. But either way, we'll get through it. Don't worry. We are going to get through it, and it's not going to be a problem. So just fill out your DS-160 and complete it. Please, when filling out your DS-160, be mindful of what you post on social media, because on there they are going to ask you to put on your social media platforms there. If you are not careful of what you post on social media, it might hurt you one way or the other. You'll be screwed. So please be mindful of what you post on social media and the kind of account you are putting there for them to research about you. Please and please and please and please take note of that. That should be the first thing you should take note of. And apart from that, you just go ahead, fill it truthfully, be honest there, because you're going to use your form I-20, which I'm going to talk about very soon, and your DS-160 to interview you. They're going to ask you questions according to what you've put on there. So they're going to use that to interview you. So please be mindful of that. Okay. So after we've done that, after we filled our DS-160, it's now time for us to pay for our visa application fee. It's a lot of money. It is a lot of money, and you can't miss it. You can't. So filling the visa application fee, it's not as difficult as it's not as difficult as filling the DS-160. It's not. It's a bit easier, and you get to choose wherever you want to have your interview, whether in Ghana, whether in Cote d'Ivoire, Congo, Kenya, South Africa, wherever you want to go to have your visa interview. Go ahead and you do it, like you fill it, you put the location there, and then when you are done with that, you schedule for an interview. Now let's go to what happens during the interview session. Okay, so now you are going for your interview. Before you get there, please gather these documents. Your passport, it should have some number of years on it. Let's say you apply to a school and the duration is 2 years, 4 years, 6 years. Make sure you have a year or two more on your passport before you go for the interview. Don't go there with a passport that is 6 months almost to expiration date. Don't do that. Make sure you have enough years on your passport before you go for your interview. Get your I-20 ready. The I-20 is a document the school gives you. Yeah, it's a document the school gives you. It's where most of your financial, you do give the school your bank statement for them to issue the I-20. So it has that on there. It has your service number on there. It has your information, some information like the program you're going to do, the school's name, where it's at, your DSO's contacts and stuff. It has everything on the I-20. So it's like the school's visa of approval they've given you to move on. So now you are going to the actual embassy, like you are going to the embassy for your visa. So yeah, it's like a pass the school has given you to now go in for your visa. Yes, so you make that ready, your itinerary ready, you make your DS-160 confirmation page ready, you get your visa receipt, you get your bank statement, and any other document you think might be needed. Any other document. The reason why I'm saying any other document is because some people get asked what they do. You may be working, and if you are working and in your story you claim you are going to come back to your home country to work there, then you should have an official letter from your workplace stating that you are coming back to work there. So please, if you have any of those documents, you make them ready and take it with you. So now we've gone through our some of the documents we need to gather. We have filled out our DS-160. Now we prepare for our interview. It's nerve-wracking, I wouldn't lie. Even though I try to tell most people not to be nervous, take it one step at a time, have fun with it, but it is nerve-wracking. And you can get through. If I've been able to go through, if some other people have been able to go through, you can easily go through. So just follow these steps and you'll be good to go. Okay, so these are some of the questions they do ask during the interview. The video do ask during the interview. Some questions like, why did you choose the school or program? When you are being asked this question, I don't know why people answer it differently. People start to read scripts as to why they chose the school. Before you even apply to the school, you should have done some research concerning the school, the program you want to do and stuff. These are what they want to know, like what actually motivated you to choose that school and that program you want to do. So if you go and be giving them scripts, they don't believe it. Like they feel like it's just something you've written down or something somebody has said that you are coming here to tell them. So you have to give them the reason why you chose that particular school, why you chose the school in that particular state. Yes, so you have to get good reasons. Like just think about it. Don't go and tell them that your friend goes to that school or your uncle suggested that school to you. Don't do it. Just take your time, relax, and think about some of the things that you are going to get from going to that particular school. Because some schools have really good programs that are world renowned and are going to really help you. So you can say, because of this reason, that is why I chose this school, and this program is and it's going to help me in a lot of ways. So you can go ahead and say those things just for the viewer to know what you're about. So the next question they do ask is, what are your career goals after graduation? They just want to know what you're going to do after graduation. Like, after spending that much money migrating from your home country to the US to study, what do you plan on doing after that? What do you plan to do with whatever you've been taught, the knowledge you've acquired? What are you doing with it? That is all what that question is about. We just want to know what you're going to do. So this is where, if you want to come back to do something here, this is where you talk about it. That I want to come back to my home country to do this and that here. Or maybe your workplace, you have to get a master's degree or something in order to qualify for some position. And studying in the US, it's quite an opportunity. Like, not only are you going to have a different mindset about your work and how to do things, you're also going to have a broader understanding about your program or whatever it is you are doing, like your field. So it's really going to help you be more advanced than the people that didn't go there, like the people that didn't travel to study. So it's really going to help. So this is where you talk about those things. This is the stage where you talk about those things. And remember, you are linking it to your home ties. So it makes it very easy and very believable because you know what you're about. So if you're coming back to work at a particular company, or let's say you are just coming back to do something, a project or something, then you say whatever it is you're coming to do there. So this is where you talk about that. Exactly. Some of the other questions they do ask is about your funding. The reason why they ask about your funding is because they want to be sure that you are coming here and you're not going to be a burden to them. Why am I saying this? When you get here, it's not as easy as other people make it seem. I'm going to be very truthful with you. When you get here, there are a lot of things that come your way which you didn't really plan for, and they are going to start hunting you. When you get here, as an F1 student, you are not allowed to work outside the school. You are only allowed to work on campus. So if you are working on campus, then mind you, the money you get from one campus is not as huge as some people make it seem. And you work with limited hours. Not much, just limited hours. So you have to make sure that you are financially sound before coming here. So let's say you claim your uncle is the one sponsoring you. They are going to ask, does your uncle have a family back home? Or they are going to ask if your uncle is married or he has something going on for him. The reason being that right now, $1 now is like, it's equivalent to 16 Ghana cedis in Ghana, my home country. So just imagine if you are paying like $2,000 a semester. Just convert it to Ghana cedis and see the amount of money you are spending. They want to save you from that stress, like from you being stranded. That is what they want to know. So it doesn't really have to do with like them investigating. No. They just want to be sure that whatever it is that you are bringing out or whatever it is you are showing them is very accurate. And when you get here, you are not going to be a burden to the country. Because when you get here, they are responsible for you. They are the ones who brought you in here. So they are responsible for you and they don't want you to suffer because you told them you can do it. So when you plan on coming, make sure you are doing well. Like you know who is sponsoring you and how best the person can keep up to their word to keep going for you. If not, things are not going to seem the same way for you here. So you have to, when you get here, you are now coming to pay for your rent, utilities, groceries, your clothing, your hair. If you're a woman, guys even do trim their hair and stuff. And it's not like it's way expensive here. When you convert it to Ghana cedis, it's way expensive here. So if you are not ready or financially sound to take care of all these things, then it becomes a problem for you. That is why they keep asking if you are ready to come here financially. I hope I have explained it well, just like the way I want to explain it. So some of the questions they do ask is about your sponsor too. So just as I was talking about funding, they do ask about your sponsor, what job your sponsor does. Please don't go and be telling them that your uncle has acres of land or your auntie has 3 houses, 4 houses. Okay, fine, they do. But how does that benefit to your education? How is it going to help you in your education here? It doesn't. So tell them what your sponsor does. The best way to answer this question is, first, you talk about who your sponsor is. So you can talk about them like their name, and then you move to what they do, how much they earn annually. And if they have sponsored somebody outside the country before, you bring it in there. They have sponsored this person before. If not, it's fine. You can just move on to talk about why they are sponsoring you. Your sponsor should have a reason for sponsoring you, especially if they are not your family members. Sorry, if they are not like a close relative, like your dad, your mom, your sister, your brother. Even with your sister, your brother, they should have a reason as to why they are sponsoring you. When I got here, one thing I realized was that anybody doing their masters, or like most people in the universities and colleges, like starting at the first months doing their undergraduate, some do take care of their bills themselves, others their parents help out. But when you're doing your masters, when you're doing your PhD, no one is taking care of you. You're the one doing that. So they find it a bit strange when we tell them our parents or somebody else is sponsoring us. But we know what we go through. We know how difficult it is to like work and get the money you need for school, because our economy isn't the same as theirs here. So it differs. So you now have to convince them that you are coming here with a good reason and not with a bad intention. I hope it makes sense. Yes. So when they ask about your sponsor, you need to clarify why they are sponsoring you. Not because they've been taking care of you ever since you were a kid. That answer is even outdated. Stop saying that. Just give them the real reason. Some sponsors are even really like they really like what you are coming to study, and they know it is going to benefit them in a way. You can talk about that. There's nothing wrong with that. You can talk about that and it will work out for you. So that is with sponsors. And they want to know, some of the questions they do ask is, what made you choose US over any other country? Why the US? Why do you think US is the best country to study in? This is where you talk about their resources. This is where you talk about how they teach. This is where you talk about how connected they are to students and willing to help. This is where you talk about how good it has been, or studying the US has influenced the life of somebody you know, if you know them. This is when you talk about those things. Then when you talk about such things personally, like you personalize it, you make them know that you are doing this for yourself and not for anybody else. I do get people telling me that when they go to speak to the VA or when they go for their interview, sometimes they get tense and they don't know how to talk and they don't know what to do. You're getting tense because you've rehearsed. Let me just be honest with you. You're getting tense because you've rehearsed and you don't know what to say. You don't know what to do. But then if you understand what it is or what it entails, it is going to be very easy for you to talk. And it's going to be very easy for you, because usually they do want that conversation. It's an interview, yes, but they do want that conversation just to get to know you. They just want to know you, because imagine meeting somebody outside for the first time. You don't know them, you've never seen them in your life, and they are asking something relevant from you. They are asking something, I don't know what to say, but like something big from you. You have to get to know that person within that space of time, that few minutes. You have to get to know that person and then decide whether you are going to give it to the person or not. That is what this is about. So you shouldn't, even though, as I said earlier, it's nerve-wracking. Speaking to somebody and trying to convince them to give you something, it's very nerve-wracking. But if you calm down and try to listen to the questions and answer them, then it's going to be very easy for you. It's going to be like a conversation, something. And you personally, you will like being in such space just to clarify things. So where will you live when studying? Like, where are you going to live? You are supposed to be living on campus. As an F1 student, you have to be living on campus. I know you can live off campus, but it shouldn't be in a different state or in a different city than what you've listed on your application, or what is listed like as the location of the school. It shouldn't be outside that city. It should be in that city and in that state. So if wherever you are living, but the safest option is to tell them you are staying on campus, and that's the safest option. Tell them you are staying on campus and be on campus. Don't stay outside campus and then you find it difficult to get to school and stuff. Be on campus and you'll be fine. And one question I heard they do ask a lot, but some people find it difficult to answer because, I mean, I get it. It's such a very confusing question. What do you plan to do during school breaks? If you've been here before, you will know that during summer and stuff, most students take on the internship jobs just to like get an insight of what they are being taught in class. So this actually gives you the opportunity to tell the VO that I am going to, or I plan on doing some internship, with some companies. And internships, it's very good to say you're doing an internship because it has to do with the school. If the school does that internship program, then you've got it. You are going to go ahead and do it. But if not, then that's when the issue comes in. But then when you talk about internship, that is the best way because when school vacates, nobody works. Like there's nothing to do on campus. So when you take on these internship jobs, it's really going to help. Or you can tell them you come back home just to visit and go back. Which when you tell them you come back home, do it. Be mindful. There are other people behind you. If you've been to an interview before, you see the line and stuff. There are other people behind you, all waiting to be interviewed by this particular person. If you are not the first person they are interviewing, then it means other people have come before you. Other people have said things they are not supposed to say to this particular person. So this person just wants to go through and be done with it. End of it. So how can you convince such a person to listen to you? It is within the first 10 seconds of the interview. What you say, how you say it, how confident your voice, how confident it sounds. That is all what is needed at this point. Because some people wouldn't even be looking at you. They'll be typing and stuff. But what you say will let them look at you and see if what you are saying is true. So you can be practicing with friends and family. You can get other people to come in to help you practice and speak to whatever it is you have planned or you have written down to talk about. Link whatever you say to your home ties. Let them know that you are coming back regardless. Link it to your home ties. Also, make your answers short, simple, and precise. Don't beat around the bush. Just make it short, simple, and precise. And when you make it that way, it is easier for the conversation to keep going. If you get a viewer who wants to talk, you will know. Like they'll keep asking you questions for you to answer. But if you meet a viewer who will not even look at you, then make it short, simple, and precise. Go on and hit it on the head. Don't beat around the bush. Just keep hitting it on the head and you'll be doing great. The last thing I'll say is to pray. Just pray. God works in mysterious ways. He keeps pulling up for us, even during times we never thought He would. And He keeps coming through for us. So just keep praying, keep trusting God, and you'll do great. So if you have any questions with that, you can also leave it in this comment section and I will. Please subscribe to this channel. Like, comment, and share. And I'll see you in my next video. My name is Maya. This is my world.